Good to see you again.
Yep. So how's your day today, man?
Wow, today is an awesome day. Definitely an awesome day.
Why? Thunderstorm here in Kampa?
Yeah, same here. Thunderstorm too. It's a thunderstorm in Penang.
Okay.
Then I sent you a message and you said that it's also raining at your side, right?
Yeah, it has been since like 5 a.m. in the morning. I think until just now it was still raining. But anyway, it's a wonder. So what's your question today, man?
Wow, today's question is really connected to our interesting times. Like I said, interesting times. This MCO, EMCO, or CMCO pandemic. The question here today will be, how do you free yourself from worry?
Oh, okay. That's a wonderful topic for us to explore. Actually, I remember when you say worry, there's somewhere I read, worry is the dark room that develops our negatives. What do you think about that? Worry is the dark room that develops our negatives.
Yeah, there are two key points from the phrase you just shared. Dark room, it means we're in the dark and seems like there's no hope. And then that's why you develop more negative thoughts and feelings. If you stay there long enough, then it becomes your truth.
Yeah, actually, sometimes people say, I'm very worried. Mainly because maybe they feel very anxious or, feel uneasy. I believe in the last, 70, 80 days, most of us have this condition, feeling uneasy, anxious and so on. And then sometimes they said worry is actually a product of the mind. Do you agree with that? The mind?
Yeah, of course, everything comes from within. And in fact, just to add on to your sharing, even before the MCO started, in January when I received the news, most of my business are cancelled due to this COVID-19. And I started to get worried too. It's like really, it's like everything cancelled until the end of the year. Then when I still remember the day when MCO started is the day I came back from KL. Remember you were communicating with me. I was at the airport.
Correct.
The airport was really empty. Empty airport. Nowhere to sit. I can't even sit. I just sat on the floor.
I think that was March 18.
18. Yes, March 18. It's a memorable day for me. Yeah.
I tell you.
That's why, people tend to worry. I believe it's normal to have worry, and at times people confuse themselves with their daily thoughts, and they thought that worry is part of their daily thoughts. In fact, it's actually two different thoughts.
Yeah, I think that's why they say do not worry, because if you worry, the thing inside your mind, the fear keep on playing, like a movie, replay until the time it becomes like a permanent resident in your mind. Correct or not?
Correct. Feeding the
feeding lah. Then after that, what happened? Before long, it become the aura of truth. And what is actually not truth, it become a truth. So that's why I think there's a term also called "do not worry." Okay. Now I want to ask you: are some people more prone to worrying than others?
I would say, in my opinion, yes. There are some people who are easily get worried, and it's like you can see them more anxious, and then that's why they have this anxiety attack or panic attack. Yeah, so they have this they have this issue with anxiousness, feeling they can't breathe and they feel like they feel difficult. They have this I do have, I experienced this a few times in my life. I would say, having this anxiety attack, I felt that I'm breathless. I feel like fainting spell. Then again, we need to regain control of this because it's actually coming from within.
Yeah, but what do you think could cause that? Some people are more prone to worry, because I see some people, santai, in Malay they say santai, relax. But some people seems to be anything also very worried. Why? What exactly could be the reason behind this? I mean, based on your own research.
Yeah, based on my experience and research and observation, I would say the environment that they are living in. It could be their background, the blueprint that they have ever since they were young and until now, how they were treated from child and during adolescent and until adult. Yeah, and I would say also, if you don't, there's also some research saying that the food that we eat also contributes to worry.
Oh, really?
So that's
Okay.
something, yeah, that's something that I've heard from some podcasts. So the food that we eat also contribute, yeah, and also our lifestyle. Whether we are having a idle, a sedentary lifestyle, or are we having an active lifestyle. That's why people who really exercise a lot, move a lot physically, they tend to have less, I would say, spell of worriness.
Okay. Is worrying a good thing?
Okay, there are different school of thoughts, but for
Mm.
me, worry can be a good thing if you take action.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like you mentioned just now, right? When you feed the fear or you feed the worry, it becomes the truth. That's when you don't do anything. But to me, let's just say if I'm worried about my session, my
Mm.
class, and I don't do anything about it, that means if I don't prepare myself, if I don't read, if I don't do my research, then I'll be setting up for failure. But if I do something about my worry, take action, do more, practice, visualize, then of course it will be better for me. Do
Okay.
something about it. Yeah.
All right. So, what are the some simple techniques you have come across, or maybe you have
Mm.
used before in order to stop worry?
Yeah. Ever since 15 years back when I started my career as a trainer,
Mm.
I would say the most relevant and most powerful for me personally will be prayer.
Mm.
I practice my prayer differently. I would say it's a relationship between God and yourself, right?
Mm.
So for me, just to spill up some beans,
Mm.
what I do in the morning is that I will doodle. I will write in my own diary, and that's
Oh,
how
okay.
I do my prayer. I listen to some music, relaxing music, and I was just starting to write. That's how I speak to God by
Oh,
writing.
wow.
Yeah. And apart from that, I also believe that prayer is one thing. You also need to take action
Mm.
because if you sit on the problem and do nothing about it, it will still be a problem.
Oh, I think
Uh,
that's what they say. The
yeah,
idle mind is the devil's workshop. If you have that,
yeah,
if you have the worry and then you just leave it like that, then you
yeah,
probably tend to suffer more, I suppose. Huh?
that's right.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
in your own life, are there any real life success story where you actually use the techniques you mentioned? I mean, apart from power of prayers, for the training.
Mhm.
Any other incidents where we actually use any other techniques?
Ah, I would say, you know, other techniques will be taking action, reading because I would say a lot of times people worry because they do not know what to expect
Mm.
and they don't have the knowledge or skills to perform that particular task or project. That's why they start to worry, what to do, will it be too much or too less, how much should we put in. For example, uh, I like cooking, right? So if I don't read or find out about the recipe, of course I worry. What should I do? What should I buy? What ingredients? What to
Yeah.
put in? I do not know, right? But once you start reading and do your research, but nowadays we have videos, a lot of videos. That's why we can watch videos and then we can learn based on our experience, and then we put in some extra things to make it better.
Okay. So finally, what you can give the best piece of advice for stop worrying?
I would say first and foremost, you need to be aware. Are you worrying or are you having just a simple day-to-day thoughts, right? So once you are aware and be mindful about your own thinking from within, and then you need to segregate whether it is a day-to-day thinking or is it a worry. So once you identify that that is something that is weighing you down, yeah, then I would say for me, I'll write down and find the best solution or talk to someone. I would say coaching and mentoring is also, that's why I'm venturing into this line, both of us, right? We are into this coaching mentoring to help people. And no man or no woman is an island. We need to talk to someone. We need to really, release ourselves and share thoughts and set a goal and go for it. So coaching and mentoring is also, I would say, a good way, yeah, to relieve someone from worry.
Yeah. So I think it's a very good point you're mentioning, especially now with the movement control order. I mean, of
Yeah.
course, one of the main worry now, do you know not that tomorrow PM is coming live? So
Oh,
the worry, there's two type of worry. One worry is is he going to leave the MCO? You know, will he leave the MCO? Then we all liberated. Or another worry is, if he leave means, will there be another spike of the virus attack and everything? So whether he do or he don't do, and there is a cause of concern. I think that is why good for like what you have suggested. And let's pray about this situation. If really God decide that it's the right time for our country to be liberated from all this, then let's go.
Yes.
And then, of course, the other, then upgrade ourselves, read more, find out more, practice all the steps or SOPs which they have mentioned. And then last but not least is talk to somebody, don't stay alone. I think it's good to get somebody to coach you or mentor you in order for you to move up. Then I think this could be a very good way of do not worry. Because by worrying, you cannot add another day. And do the bird worry?
Yeah, no. The trees, the plants.
The trees don't worry, right? So if they're not worried, why we humans worry? Yeah. So I think this is something for us all to think. All right. So Dion, thank you very much for your.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, man. Take care. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
All right. Okay, just nice. Okay, good.
10 minutes.
Yep. 10 minutes lah, because too long